Kia Rio. This is a 2007 model with a 1.6 litre engine, and let me go under here. You've got to take off that strip of plastic. It's formed like a right angle on a right-hand drive model. It sort of goes under there and along the radiator. Now, this thing here, that's where the radiator plug was, and that's what it looks like. It's a little, a large Phillips head, very flat on top, and I think it's actually plastic. And this thing here, this bar here is metal, and that was kind of in the way. I couldn't get the screw out, but this whole thing here can move back and forward. That's why I've got this screwdriver wedged in, just to push this whole thing back that way, which includes the radiator. And then I could get the stopcock out just about midway along the radiator here. And you take that out, it just drips out initially, then you take the top off the radiator. Pours out. It's meant to have 5.5 to 5.8 litres. And you need 12mm spanner to get that plastic off. Now this thing, the reservoir, you're meant to take this out and drain it separately, which is really annoying. Okay, so I did take this out. It has two 10mm bolts, one here, one there. This one's a bit awkward. It's still attached by the tube, but I found that, okay, so that's the top, and there's actually an overflow pipe here, and by tilting it up on its side, I drained it out the overflow, and I collected it in a little cup. Some of it, probably half of it, spilled down there. Then I just poured some tap water just to rinse out that area in case it was gonna cause any trouble. And now I'll put this back in. I just weighed the coolant that I drained, and there was about 2.7 kilos or 2.7 litres. That's including this. I poured a 1.2 litre bottle of tap water through the radiator and just flushed it a bit that way as well. So in theory, I got about half or just under half of the coolant out. The rest of it will be trapped in the engine galleries behind the thermostat, etc. I didn't really squeeze the pipes yet, but anyway, I've just put the drain plug back in under the radiator. This thing has been reinstalled, and there's still a tiny bit left in there, but whatever. I've just made up the antifreeze, so I had the 100%, and I got 2 litres of that. So I thought 2 litres going into a 5.5 litre system, that's slightly over a third. So that gets me down to protection to about -18 or -20. And the coldest it's going to get where I'm going is about -13. So that's ready to get poured in here, and that's what I'm going to do right now. It didn't quite take as much as I made up, which was about 3 litres. I topped this up first, but that doesn't drain into the radiator. So then I did the radiator. I just got some paper towel here, and you won't be able to see, but it's basically full. I just got to do a bit more squeezing, try and get the air bubbles out, and this bottom hose. So I'll do a bit more squeezing, and then I'll put the cap. I might have the cap off. I just checked the manual. I'll put this cap on here though, and I'll start the car, let it warm up, let the fans come on. That should open the thermostat, circulate, and then I'll probably need to top it up a little bit more. You're meant to do that a few times. So I'm leaving the radiator cap off, and I just got to wait for the engine to heat up. Cold day, so it'll take a little while. And there's some bubbles coming out already. just from the vibrations, I reckon. I won't top it up just yet. I notice as it gets warm, the fans aren't on yet, but just as it's heating up somehow, this is expanding and spilling out. So I might just get on the accelerator and try and get some more heat coming through this engine. I've just reinstalled this plastic shield, and so I'm going to show you, that's where the drain, that's a drain plug. So if this shield is still here, you're going to have trouble accessing that drain plug. You can just see it, but you won't get a screwdriver in there, although you could push that back. It's hard to get a good shot, but basically, autofocus, yeah. 12mm bolts, and then down through there are two more. Very easy. It only takes like 2 minutes to put this on. We'll take it off. I'm up on some very shallow ramps, and yeah, it doesn't seem to be leaking. So just waiting for the car to warm up. For reference, this is like right under the license plate, basically. I won't show you my license plate, but there it is. So it's basically right in the middle of the car. I'm a bit sick of waiting for this to warm up, so I might just drive to the fuel station and get some fuel. I just got back from the fuel station. I let it idle for a couple more minutes, but those fans are just not coming on. It's just too cold for a small engine to really heat up. So yeah, I think they'll come on a long drive. Normally what happens with this car. And look, the amount of coolant that I put in was the same as what I drained out, so there just can't be any big air pockets in here. I'll check it before I leave, of course, and I'll check it after every trip. Also try and check for any leaks at the bottom as well. I did turn the fans on inside the car, and it was blowing nice hot air, so there's air fluid circulating into the heater core, which is a good sign. If you can't get hot air blowing out your fans, it means there's an issue. And yeah, so I used about $25, $28 worth of coolant, bunch of paper towel, but definitely worth doing yourself. And I'm not bothered by using tap water. It's an old car. I'm not bothered by mixing two different coolants, because the only other way would be to get the car really hot, open the thermostat and drain everything out, or do a vacuum drain system, and I just can't be bothered worrying about that. I can't imagine there's going to be any major issues. There was a yellowish coolant in there. I think it was very, very dilute. That's why I wanted to take it out. I actually didn't think there was any coolant in there. I thought it was just water. But it had a very pale yellow colour when I took it out. And I put the green stuff in. So that's it, guys.